Right. Good evening, everybody. It's an absolute honor and a privilege to be here, and great partners, great donors. I think will certainly bode well to bring us together for Christmas. My presentation tonight is quite short, and it's to detail the administrative support for this joint Christmas campaign, and also to share a special request for asylum seekers who are living in Lisdoonvarna. Just to give you a little bit of background and context about Serve the City and why we're involved with this. So, first of all, we're a registered charity in Ireland. Typically, we span 3 counties and have recently started working in Coquclair. Our projects, also affected by COVID, have been in the past home improvement, deep cleaning, painting, and decluttering projects, also garden rescue. And then a big portion of what we do each year is to focus on social inclusion, which my colleagues have run extremely well for quite a while. We believe in a very strong professional relationship with all of the volunteer centers, and that's how we came together as a think tank and as creators of this amazing campaign. Over and above that, Serve the City responded to the community call earlier in 2020, and we've pioneered a lot of campaigns throughout the year. They've been socially responsible and legally permissible, and we all know and understand the drill. But for Serve the City, what's been incredible is being able to operate and to coordinate during a very challenging year where some charities have not been able to operate. Our mutually beneficial partnership with Kelly through the Ivy Trust and through St. Patrick's, I believe it's achieved an enormous amount this year, and it works in terms of having both partners together. And so finally, we've partnered with Dublin City Volunteer Centre. This is to provide administration, logistics, and donation management for this incredible campaign. Moving on. So just by way of introduction, I think for everybody on the call and for everybody that is indeed suffering in communities and facing a different Christmas to ever before, I think this has been a shocking year for everybody across this beautiful island. I think we all have our own stories to tell. We have our own experiences. And from my perspective as a charity administrator, I've seen some of the real side effects of this pandemic. It's been tough at times to know that people have gone through what they've gone through and have suffered all manner of things, from just isolation to lack of support, lack of community engagement, and again, the mental health challenges of what is now coming up for a 9-month run of living life very, very differently. My presentation today is not about prioritizing one person over another. I believe that the compassion and the solidarity of the Irish nation is powerful beyond measure. And the reason you use that slide on Serve the City is that our volunteers have made the most incredible difference to this great nation over 9 months. And from my perspective, this is a huge shout out to them and a massive thank you for what they've done. This presentation is about hope. Excuse the play on words. I'd like to try and make Christmas better for a few people. I will support it from an administrative perspective and hope to work with each of you to unite and make 2020 special still. The difficulty is that I can't do it alone. In fact, none of us on the call tonight can do it alone. And that is why I need to ask for your help. We need to ask for your help. And as a collective team and people that really want to do something wonderful for this great nation over Christmas, I hope we can ask for your support tonight and going forward. I'd like to share a very short story about the wonderful people of Lisdoonvarna. There are 120 asylum seekers that live in this quaint little town, beautiful part of the world, very close to the wild Atlantic. Lisdoonvarna has its own rhythm, its own vibe, and it's extremely seasonal. So October to March every year, the city, this little town, I should say, it literally closes to coincide with the winter months. So when I say it literally closes, I want to emphasize 2 words, literally and close, because that's exactly what happened. The sad thing is that in March, a lot of the hotels took down the signs that said they're closed winter, and later they put them back up, saying they're closed until 2021. A lot of the pubs, we don't have many, but a lot of the pubs did not reopen. Hotels remain closed, so did the coffee shops. Employment dried up and the festival was cancelled, and had quite a big impact on the community that I'm speaking about tonight. In addition to which, bus services closed down to quite a large extent, also reduced schedules, reduced capacity. So the ability for people to get to work if they relied on public transport was tough, difficult. This year is coming to an end for all of us. Money is short, I think, for everybody. Patience is thin, hope is uncertain, but maybe we can do something about it. At the King Thomond Direct Provision Centre, Christmas is a massive celebration, and hopefully we can make it just that special. There are many different views about direct provision and as the asylum process in Ireland. I like to focus on one perspective, and that is that people are here in this beautiful country to help their children grow up to be safe and to live some kind of happy life with a defined future. At the centre, there are 50 children, representing South Africa, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, through to Georgia, Morocco, Albania. And whilst these great nations don't live in harmony on the African continent, they certainly do live that way here in Lisdoonvarna. I'd like to stress as well that the postal services, which affect quite a large number of the residents, have been obliterated in 2020. Some of it due to corruption and state capture in different countries, but also COVID-19 has hampered this across across the continent. It's not on post, and there is a big difference, and I'd like to stress about that. My sarcasm is going to come back in here, but Lisdoonvarna is not known for its retail therapy. There is one tiny little mason and even smaller spa. They go out of their way, but they really are just essential shops. So the ability to buy things such as Christmas jumpers, to buy books for people's children, for families, etc., doesn't exist. Bus services are tight. And then one thing I'd also like to stress is that online shopping is not necessarily first-hand experience for a lot of asylum seekers. Literacy challenges, online banking, online shopping, it's not something that comes immediately as it does for the rest of us that are able to do this every day. The big thing from my side is that it's Christmas Jumper Day on the 11th of December. I think it would be sensational to have the children of Lisdoonvarna celebrate together. Their playgrounds are being closed, schools are being closed. It's been tough. And again, I'm not trying to prioritize one person over another. I'm just simply sharing a story. I think to have the children decorated, dressed up, all full of Christmas cheer on the 11th of December, lasting until Santa arrives, would be just wonderful. To that end, I need to ask for some help, please. I'm prepared to put in all the work that I can from an administrative perspective, but I'm not at the heart of the retail sector or the donation center. Together for Christmas, it's a surprise in terms of what we're going to be doing, and that is not only just from my side, but also some of the other guest speakers, my colleagues this evening. We've got a good professional relationship with the center management here in Lisdoonvarna. Together with your help, I'd like to bring Christmas together for 50 children. I'm hoping that donations can leave Dublin on the 8th of December. We are headquartered, thanks to Edwina's help, at Third Space in Smithfield. We've got a list of jumper sizes and genders. We're expecting, I think, 11 babies to be born between now and Christmas. So there's all manner of people that are getting on board and asking for help, which I think is just delightful. Our team is a great partnership. I can't stress that enough. It's just an absolute pleasure to work with everybody on the call tonight. And from my perspective, the awesome angels at the Dublin City Volunteer Centre will make all the difference. In addition to it, Julie, who here from today, and I work very closely to catalogue donations. And this has gone across the critical campaign and will be the same for Together for Christmas. My email address is there. Edwina's already put into the chat that we'll be sharing all the logistics. I'm a really switched on guy. Always have a phone in my hand, much to my son's dismay, but I will get back to you. I'll let you know what's going on. I will sort things out. It's just kind of my personality, and that's really the way we work. So one special request and one general request. I'm looking for some assistance from a courier, a transport company to help get shipments, not only from Co-Dublin down to Co-Clare, but also within Co-Dublin out to Kelly's part of the world, and then north to which Lucy will cover shortly. And secondly, it would be just fantastic to be able to bring all of the things that we're speaking about tonight to the Christmas tree to make sure that everybody has an absolutely wonderful Christmas at the end of a really trying year. So from my side, without any further ado, take care, stay positive, test negative, and believe in the power of tomorrow.